Can you really live comfortably in the Philippines on a budget? That is one of the most important questions people ask before they move here, retire here, or even start seriously thinking about it. And the honest answer is this. Yes, many people can live comfortably in the Philippines on a budget. But comfort means different things to different people. For some, comfort means a simple home, decent food, basic transportation, and peace of mind. For others, comfort means air conditioning, imported food, private transport, a good internet connection, and a more Western-style lifestyle. That difference matters a lot. In this video, I want to talk honestly about what budget living can really look like in the Philippines and what kind of life it can support. The first thing to understand is that budget living here is absolutely possible. The Philippines can be more affordable than many Western countries, especially if you live simply and make practical choices. If you choose the right area, keep your housing modest, and avoid overspending, your money can stretch much further than it would back home. That is one of the main reasons so many retirees and expats come here in the first place. But living on a budget does not automatically mean living without comfort. A lot depends on how you define that word. If your idea of comfort is a peaceful life, a manageable monthly budget, and enough room to breathe financially, then yes, the Philippines can offer that. If your idea of comfort means high convenience, premium services, and imported everything, then your budget will need to be much larger. That is where many newcomers get surprised. Housing is one of the biggest factors. A modest apartment or home can be enough for a comfortable life if you are realistic about location and expectations. You may not get luxury, but you can get something clean, practical, and livable. And for many people, that is more than enough. The key is not to compare your home here to a luxury lifestyle back home. The key is to compare it to the actual life you want to live every day. Food is another major part of the budget. If you eat local meals, shop wisely, and avoid too many imported products, your food costs can stay very manageable. But if you want Western groceries, restaurant meals every day, or imported comfort food, your monthly spending can rise quickly. That is why many people who live well here on a budget learn to adapt their habits. They do not necessarily give up comfort. They just redefine it. Transportation also affects the budget. If you live somewhere practical and do not need to travel far every day, your expenses may stay low. But if you want more convenience, private rides, or regular long-distance travel, the budget starts to shrink. That is one reason why location matters so much. A comfortable budget life in the Philippines is not just about income. It is about choosing a place that matches your lifestyle. Utilities can also change the picture. Electricity, internet, water, and phone service all need to be considered. If you use air conditioning often or expect strong internet all the time, those costs can be higher than some people expect. This does not mean budget living is impossible. It just means you need to plan carefully. A budget works best when it is realistic. Healthcare is another important part of comfort. A lot of people forget that living comfortably is not only about rent and food, it is also about peace of mind. And peace of mind means knowing you can handle doctor visits, medications, and unexpected health expenses. That is why a real budget should always leave room for healthcare. Not just daily living, not just survival, actual stability. That is what comfort really means. The emotional side matters too. A life where their money has more value. And for many, that feels like comfort. Not because they are rich, but because they finally feel like they can breathe. That is a powerful change. Of course, budget living is not perfect. There will be trade-offs. You may need to compromise on location. You may need to skip certain luxuries. You may need to make choices more carefully than you did before. But if you are realistic, flexible, and willing to live simply, the Philippines can absolutely support a comfortable life on a budget. That is the truth many people discover after they settle in. Not a fantasy, not a luxury dream, just a real, manageable, peaceful life. So can you really live comfortably in the Philippines on a budget? Yes, you can. But comfort is not about spending the least. It is about spending wisely. It is about choosing the right place. It is about understanding what matters most to you, and it is about building a life that feels stable, peaceful, and enough. For many people, that is exactly what the Philippines makes possible. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to Philippine Reality Check for more honest stories about living in the Philippines, retirement, expat life, and the real cost of everyday life.